Nobody expected a grease-stained mechanic in a tiny roadside shop to be the person who changed a billionaire family's life forever. But the moment she knelt beside that broken wheelchair, wiped her hands on her coveralls, and said, "Sweetheart, I'm not leaving until you're rolling again," the universe shifted. Before we dive in, please subscribe for more stories like this, as it means the world to us, and comment your country, so we know where our family's growing. It happened on a Thursday morning, the kind where the sky looks confused, half sun and half storm. I was grabbing a coffee from a tiny gas station on the edge of town when I heard a faint metallic snap followed by a small cry. It wasn't the sound of pain, more like frustration mixed with fear. When I turned around, I saw a young girl in a wheelchair frozen just outside the door, her hands shaking as one of her wheels tilted unnaturally to the side. Behind her stood a sharply dressed man whose entire posture screamed panic. He kept glancing left and right, as if searching for someone who could magically fix everything. The girl looked up at him, trying to be brave, but the broken wheelchair had trapped her in place. And then I saw her. A woman stepped out from behind an old pickup truck parked near the air pump. She wore faded blue coveralls with patches of oil on the knees, her sleeves rolled up, dark hair tied in a messy bun. Her hands were covered in grease, and a wrench stuck out of her back pocket like it was part of her body. She didn't move like someone uncertain. She moved like someone who had decided, instantly, what needed to be done. "You okay, sweetheart?" she asked softly as she approached the girl. The man stepped forward quickly. Please don't touch it. This chair costs more than my first car. We'll call someone." She smiled, warm but unbothered. "Yeah, and by the time they get here, she'll still be stuck. Let me take a look." Before either of them could argue, she crouched down, rolled up her sleeves even more, and gently inspected the damaged wheel. The girl watched her with wide eyes, like she wasn't used to people kneeling in front of her without hesitation. Like she wasn't used to someone treating her like the center of the moment instead of a problem to solve. "What's your name?" the mechanic asked. "Arya," the girl whispered. "Well, Arya, good news. This can be fixed." The man exhaled with relief he didn't want to show, but it escaped anyway. "Thank God. Please, whatever it costs," the mechanic waved her hand. "Relax. I can fix it with a bracket I've got in my truck. 10 minutes, maybe less." Something in the man's face shifted. It was the look people get when they realize they've underestimated someone. But he nodded quickly, stepping aside while she got to work. Arya leaned forward slightly, watching the woman move with concentration and care. "Do you fix cars?" she asked shyly. "Cars, trucks, tractors, lawnmowers, air compressors," the mechanic replied with a wink. "And apparently billionaire-grade wheelchairs." The man froze. "How did you?" she shrugged. "Your suit costs more than my shop's monthly rent. And your car," she tilted her chin toward the gleaming black SUV at the pump. "Let's just say folks around here don't drive that unless their bank accounts got extra commas." He blinked, surprised someone talked to him so plainly without being intimidated or overly impressed. The mechanic tightened a bolt, then gently spun the wheel. "See? Good as new." Arya's face lit up, and the joy that burst across it was so pure that for a moment everyone forgot the world outside. She moved the chair slightly, then more boldly, testing the fix. The wheel glided like nothing had ever gone wrong. "Thank you," she said, voice trembling but bright. The mechanic stood, wiped her hands on her coveralls, and smiled. "You're welcome, sweetheart." But the man stepped forward, jaw tight with emotion he was trying to control. "I don't think you understand what you just did," he said quietly. "This wheelchair was custom built. We've been waiting 6 months for a repair appointment. 6 months. And you fixed it in 10 minutes. She shrugged like it was nothing. "Broken things don't scare me. Never have." He reached into his wallet, pulled out a thick stack of bills, and tried to hand it to her. "Please, take this." She shook her head immediately. "Nope." His eyebrows shot up. "No, I didn't fix her chair for money." "Then why?" She glanced at Arya, then back at him. "Because when I was her age, nobody fixed anything for me. And I swore that if I ever learned how to repair the world, even small pieces of it, I would." There was silence, heavy but warm. The man stared at her like he was seeing a different universe. Then he tucked the money back into his wallet slowly, almost respectfully. "At least let me know your name." "Lena," she said. "I run the garage down the road." They exchanged a few more words, and then Lena walked back to her truck, already thinking about the next job, the next person who might need her hands. But the story didn't end there. 2 days later, the entire town buzzed with a rumor so wild nobody believed it. A billionaire, yes, a real billionaire, had shown up at the little roadside garage in a suit worth more than the building's paint job. People said he walked through the oil-stained floor like it didn't bother him at all, holding a business card made of thick matte black stock with silver lettering. He was looking for Lena. When he found her, she was halfway under an old Ford, trying to loosen a stubborn bolt. She rolled out on her back, blinking into the sunlight, then froze when she saw him. "What in the world?" "I came to return a favor," he said simply. She stood up, brushing off her coveralls. "Look, I told you I don't need." "It's not money," he said firmly. "I want to offer you a chance." She frowned. "A chance for what?" "A chance to grow. To expand your shop. To upgrade your equipment. To hire help. I want to invest in your business." Lena stared at him like he'd spoken another language. "Why? You don't even know me." "I know enough," he said. "I know you didn't hesitate to kneel beside my daughter when she was scared. I know you saw her as a kid, not a burden. And I know you fixed something priceless to us without expecting anything in return. That tells me everything about your character." She swallowed hard, stunned. "And," he added gently, "my daughter hasn't stopped talking about you. She asked me to help you the way you helped her." Lena's expression softened, her tough exterior cracking for the first time. "I don't fix things for rewards," she whispered. "I know," he said. "And that's exactly why you deserve one." He held out the card. On it was his name, his private number, and the logo of his investment firm, one of the largest in the state. For the first time in a long time, Lena didn't know what to say. She took the card slowly, staring at it like it might dissolve in her hand. "You sure about this?" she finally whispered. "Absolutely." Over the next few weeks, everything changed. The small garage that once struggled to stay open now had new lifts, new tools, new staff, and a line of customers that stretched around the block. Word spread fast about the mechanic who fixed a billionaire's daughter's wheelchair and never asked for a dime. People didn't come because she worked faster or cheaper. They came because they trusted her heart. And one afternoon, as Lena was walking out of the shop, wiping her hands on a clean rag for once, a familiar laugh echoed behind her. Arya rolled toward her in a newly upgraded wheelchair, smiling like the sun. "Hi, Lena," she called. Lena's face lit up. "Hey, sweetheart." Arya spun the chair playfully. "Want to see how fast this thing goes now?" Lena laughed. "Only if you promise not to outrun me." The billionaire leaned against his SUV nearby, watching them with gratitude too deep for words. And in that moment, with the sunset painting gold across the pavement, Lena realized something. Sometimes you think you're just fixing a wheel, but life is quietly fixing you right back.